Amber and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to do a try a chapter tag. I have 5 spooky books on my shelf and I am in the mood for something kind of spooky and I don't know which one of these I want to pick up. So we're going to try a chapter of each. I was stuck between so many options and so many different types of books. So let's just get started. The first book that I'm going to be trying a chapter of is Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. This one is one of her standalone works, and from what I remember about this one, it is about a mall shooting and kind of the aftermath of that. Excited to see what I think of this first chapter, especially since I really like Karen Slaughter's works, and this one I know is pretty polarizing, but it's the last one that I have on my TBR, so let's see what I feel about this one. Alright, so the first chapter of this one is pretty much the setup to the whole premise for the book. It kind of gives you a introduction of our main protagonist, Andy, who we're going to be following throughout, as well as her mother, Laura, and it ends with the beginning of the incident that they're going to be surviving for a portion of this book. So I'm interested in continuing on with this one, but I don't know if this is going to be the one that I pick. So the next one that I have is The Last of August. This is the second book in the Charlotte Holmes series by Brittany Calvero. I own this one and the next one after it, so this would be a good one to continue on in. All I know is that this one kind of picks up after the events of the first one. I'm interested in which Sherlock Holmes kind of story that this one is going to be playing with. Okay, so I read the first chapter of this one. I am interested in continuing on with this one because I didn't really get a chunk of the mystery into it. It was just kind of reintroducing us to Charlotte and Jamie and kind of who they are, what's gone on kind of so far. Definitely a contender. Next, I have a book that I got from my local used bookstore a while back. It's called Meridian. I know this one is a story about a half human, half angel, but the angel part is not a good thing. Don't really know much about this one except for of the whole, you know, half human, half angel thing. So I'm gonna be trying a chapter of this one. Okay, so I read the prologue and the first chapter of Meridian, and I've gotta say, I was not super impressed. The prologue gave me kind of an idea of where this story is headed. However, the first chapter just kind of starts with her at breakfast and her beginning of her birthday, and then throws you into her going to school, talking about her school day, and then throws you back to what the back of the book talks about on her 16th birthday. All of a sudden her life changes because she finds out about being half an angel. I think I'm going to probably unhaul this one. I'm going to sit on it for a little bit and maybe decide that at a later time, but as of right now I'm definitely not continuing on to this one because this one I just don't see myself clicking with. The next book I'm potentially going to be reading is The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. This is the first book in the Shades of London series. I know this is a Jack the Ripper story and it has to deal with ghosts. I remember my friend Dylan saying he really likes this one and I'm interested in checking this one out. So if I end up liking this one, I do have the rest of the series because I got them on a book outlet. So if I decide to pick up this one, I could potentially read the whole series this month. So this is basically gets us to where our protagonist Rory gets to her new boarding school building and where her building is. And I'm very much so interested in where this one's continuing on, but I do have one more book to check out. So let's see how I feel about the last one and then I will make my decision. Right, and the last one that I have is definitely the one that nothing so far that I've been reading for this month has fit for, but that is The Ghost and the Goth. And this series is short and I have the whole series and I just know that it has to deal with a ghost and a goth and I really liked the covers and I want to read it. I have read the first chapter of The Ghost and the Goth as well as the prologue. Apparently a lot of books that I decided to read for this also had prologues, which was pretty interesting. But this one has to do, the prologue basically is the pre-up to the ghost dying, and then the first chapter is the ghost, you know, talking about dying. The ghost, if you can't see the cover, is definitely like the really pretty popular girl who knows she's the pretty popular girl. I'm definitely interested in seeing where this one continues on, actually. I was pleasantly surprised by it. So these were the books that I read, and I think I'm going to be continuing on with The Last of August. I definitely am just craving being back in this world. It probably helped that out of all the ones that were series, this is the one that I had been in already. I'm still not sure if I'm going to be unhauling Meridian. I'll just have to make that decision during my next unhaul. But that's not what today was. Today was me reading some spooky books and figuring out which one I wanted to read. What about you? What are you currently reading? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like what you saw here today, be sure to like and subscribe. I post videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.